Okay, this is like the championship Lakers. So, I'm gonna get there at 3 o'clock. I wanna make sure I make 400 made shots before I go back into the room, and then I sit in the sauna and I get ready for the game. Who do I see? I see Kobe Bryant, already working out. So once I set my foot across that line, I started working out. And so I worked out for a good hour and a half. And when I came off, after I was done, I sat down, and of course I still heard the ball bouncing. I look down, I'm like, this guy's still working out? So he was working out. Like, it looks like he was in a dead sweat when I got here. And he's still going. And it's not like his moves are nonchalant, lazy. He's doing like game moves, I sit there and I unlace my shoes. I'm like, I want to see how long this goes. So I sit out there and watch. Another 25 minutes. And he got done. I said, okay, I think I've seen enough. Go play, come back, get in the sauna, get ready for the game. That game, he drops 40 on us, okay? And after the game is over, I'm like, I have to ask this guy. Like, I have to understand, like, why he works like that. Right. So after the game is over, I'm like, hey, Kobe, like, why were you in the gym for so long? He's like, because I saw you come in. and I wanted you to know that it doesn't matter how hard you work, that I'm willing to work harder than you.
Wow.
Boy, Kobe Bryant was one of a kind. Just an amazing, amazing competitor. Which brings us to our topic of the day. Our topic of the day will be mindset. Hi, I'm Rob Blackwell, and thanks so much for joining us on another episode of Blackwell Basketball March Madness Topic of the Day, where we're going to talk about mindset. And what a personification of mindset is Kobe Bryant. It's just what he was all about. As you listen to his tapes and recordings, you understand that he was always playing chess. He was always improving his mindset above that against everyone he was going to compete against. And so as we get into mindset, we're finding that as we take a look at the young athletes that come through our doors that we haven't been blessed to work with, we're finding that the skill that they lack the most is mindset. Trust me, they've developed themselves into some very, very skilled athletes and very skilled players, and they work very hard at it. But where we're coming up short is the mindset. And so that tends to be our focus. As we look at anything that you work in, whether you want to study ballet or law, or even if you look at math as a subject, we always understand that you do not retain 80 to 90% of what you learn. So what is it that you're learning? And what you're learning is you're learning the ability to solve a problem. You're learning the ability to think on your feet. You're learning the ability to understand that every problem can be solved as long as you find the right formula. And that is how we teach here. And I know when you look at videos, you see cone dribbling, but what's actually being taught is a mindset of respecting yourself, a mindset of perfecting your craft, a mindset of appreciating conciseness and paying attention to detail. That is more important than any move that you can be taught, because what's going to help you defeat your competition is your mindset more than any skill that you develop. So we disguise skill workouts into actually developing the mind, because that is what needs to take place. And that's what we find that our job is. We have to develop the mindset of Kobe Bryant. I know everybody says it, and everybody loves the Mamba mentality t-shirts, but when you start to work with these athletes, the mindset is where they come up short. And so it is our duty, it is our job to continue to work with developing that mindset and give them that edge that's going to propel them to where they want to go. And it's that type of teaching that allows players that we have that are 10, 11 years into their pro careers, they're still getting better. They're still improving upon what they did years and years before. That's not a skill issue, that is a mindset issue. And so as we wrap up this episode of Blackwell Basketball March Madness, we want to continue to appreciate the life of Kobe Bryant and what he stood for. Understand that don't get enamored by the fadeaway jump shots or the crossover moves. Get enamored by the mindset that he brought to the table to defeat his competition, because that's what's going to take you to the next level. Anyway, thanks again for joining us on another episode of Blackwell Basketball March Madness Series. I'm Rob Blackwell. We're Blackwell Basketball, and thanks so much for joining us. Please continue to like, share, follow, and please continue to comment. I've really enjoyed your comments, and we'll see you.
I think the best way to prove your value is to work, is to learn, is to absorb, to be a sponge. But you always want to outwork your potential. As hard as you believe you can work harder than that.